Hey everybody, it's Steve and welcome back to Deployed from Detroit School of Leadership and Madness, our Save the Day fundraiser. Thanks for viewing our one viewer today. Maybe it's our one viewer we've had all day, but I thank you for that. It's enough to keep me going sometimes. Most of the time. So, thank you. Where are we now and what have we been doing? Well, the whole point of this is another experiment in madness of ours to see if we can't fix the problems of the world but still somehow make the world better. Is that something we can do? I think so. I think that there are things we can do together in spite of what is going on in the world, and doing that will somehow stitch the rest of it back together. And it's a goofy dream, but I'm not alone in it. There's just me today because the other guys got stuff that, well, it's not my business, and, well, I'll just leave it at that. The things they have to tend to are far more important than my experiments in madness. But I think what we're doing is good. And they believe in it too, but they've got more important fish to fry, so I'm going to let them go cook them. But if you would like to help us, you could really be the one who starts to make the change in this whole thing. If you look at our website, deployedfromdetroit.com, open a new browser, please, or a different app, or what can you? But the first thing you're going to pop up on is our banner for support the first annual deployment. The first annual deployment is the beginning of something that we would like to turn into a tradition in Michigan, because we're in Michigan, most of us, and might as well, you know. But this could be something terrific nationwide, and I definitely encourage the theft of this idea. Steal it, for sure. Because although I know it's a cool idea and a good idea and something that would bring benefit to the country as a whole, I may not be the right one to lead it, but I'll get it started, and that's good enough for me. So definitely steal this. So the idea is to raise $80,000. With that $80,000, we will have 8 slots available to take 8 students to 8 countries for 8 weeks. 1 week in each country. And then each country is going to be geographically located so that they can tool around in different areas as well. So basically they'll see the entire world over the course of the summer. For the most part. Not the whole thing, let's be serious, but most of it. More of it than they would have ever seen on their own, potentially. And for sure more than many of their peers will ever get the chance to see, which is unfortunate. But if we can start to develop this trend where we need to give these students a period to test out the ideas that we've taught them. They've spent 12 years in our education system being told all these things are true. And now they're about to waltz into adulthood, either into the military or into college or into a profession or something. And they're going to say, yes, I'm going to do this for the rest of my natural life, which is apparently increasing or decreasing daily, so I could be 100 years old and a plumber still, or maybe I'll die tomorrow. But really? They need time to consider what they've learned and try what they've learned. And also contrast it to other ideas. And that's a kind of experience that they're not necessarily going to get inside the country, because it's like trying to describe a bus from the inside. It's extremely difficult to get it right. And your expectation is going to be different than what you actually end up with. And so giving people the exposure of what the world is like before we expect them to deal with the world's troubles is probably a better idea than just hoping we did a good job. I think a tradition like this would be good. I think it would inspire students to learn because they would get the chance to become an adventurer. At least 8 of them. And the hope is if we can get 80,000, which is preposterous at this point. Right now we have $20 because I have good friends. But if we can get more people going, and if we can somehow at the end of the night have $80,000, 8 kids are for sure going across the world this summer. 8 graduates of the class of 2020 will for sure be going on an awesome vacation somewhere and just seeing what the world looks like and smells like and tastes like and feels like. And that's an amazing gift our generation can give to these poor kids before we throw them into our mess that we couldn't finish. It's maybe the least we can do, you know? I know they're already a bit entitled, but maybe they're actually entitled to something. Who knows? So, if you would like to help us with that, please, please, please. Any money raised over the 80 is going to go to make the trip better. But for every $10,000 above the 80, so if we end up at 90 or 100 or whatever, that's another slot. That's another person that can go. So that's entirely up to you guys if we make it there, if it's something we actually manage to do. I don't know if we'll get there, but it'd be fun. It's fun to try. Might as well, you know. If you'd like to help our organization, we are a brand new state of Michigan nonprofit. We're still trying to file for our, we have the federal tax ID and all that stuff. We just don't have the federal tax exempt yet. We need to get that filed. But it's like $1,100 to do that. So, if you want to help us get that $1,100, you can get a t-shirt or a sweatshirt. They're pretty rad. We're not making a ton of money off of those, but cut's a cut, and that's always cool. And they're good-looking shirts, and we went down to the store ourselves and felt the material and tried them out, and they're nice. They're pretty nice. I'm a little bummed because currently I'm too broke to actually get one for myself, so we'll see how that goes. And then we have our Patreon. Join the Grand Ironic Army of the Octopus. This is an inside joke that will be explained when you join. But this is our Patreon. We figured Patreon's an interesting way to keep in touch with people who want to help us. And as a nonprofit, we thrive on supporters, on people helping us get things done. And Patreon's a unique way to do that. I've seen a lot of people make reasonable advances in their business using Patreon, but a platform of people who are actively communicating, if we do our job and engage them correctly, like, we could throw all kinds of problems their way, and maybe we'll get some interesting solutions, and besides funding is there to keep the boat moving, but more so we need the ideas. We need all the people on the boat. That's the key. That's what helps. So if you'd like to be that kind of a participant and have that kind of level of participation, check out the Grand Ironic Army of the Octopus and join us on Patreon. On there, we also have individual memberships, and then we have like business level types. If you want to sponsor a program or have an ad read, or you just want to throw us a lot of money and we'll have a PBS type, like, this episode is brought to you by the so-and-so and so-and-so Foundation. That'd be cool, right? I don't know. We're new at this. We're doing punk rock PBS. We're a bunch of barbarians and criminals trying our best. Okay. So here is the very important part before we get into the movie bits and all the fun things. I need your help. I need your help desperately. Just get one person to log in and check out what we're up to, or go to the video, or go to the website, or do something. Just engage one person for now and just see what you can do. And if it's easy, then see if you can get another and another. I don't want to waste your day. This is a shitty day already. But if it turns out you can swipe and get a couple hundred people here to maybe chip in $1, let's see what we can do. That's the interesting part about the internet, we think. This is the pirate space still. And this is our weird form of pirate charity. So, the movies we're going to talk about. My buddy John, he was going to join us directly at 7. However, things being as they are, luck of the Irish and what have you, he's going to be late. He's got to pick up a camera and then he'll be good. So in the meantime, we'll just go over what we're going to go over while you're texting your buddies and saying, hey, check this out. These guys are up to some stuff. Right? Okay. Awkward hand gestures. What is this? Come on. Calm it down, kid. Okay. So the first movie we're going to talk about is my favorite Star Wars movie. I've already spoiled what it is because it's in the title, but Rogue One. Rogue One surprised me in a lot of ways. When I first saw it, it was much more impactful. And the second time I was watching it to be kind of analytical, and that ruined it for me a little. Because I was like, oh, that's when this happens. But I remember when I first watched it, and something that definitely still had impact on second viewing, was that this is the first Star Wars movie to feel like a war's going on. Like, even in the prequels, when they had those giant robot wars, there was... And then they didn't feel... There was nothing real about them. There were no stakes. It was just goofy things hitting each other. But then in Rogue One, all of this stuff has happened in human history. It's just placed in a weird sci-fi place. Like, that's the most interesting way I can kind of put it, is that this has all happened before, but it's just been, like, collaged into sci-fi. And there's moments in this movie that I appreciate where they pay attention to details that you don't have to, like how the air marshalers use their batons or whatever they're called. I'm not an air marshaler, but I've seen it before, and I've seen him like, oh, that's actually how they do it. When I've seen it, like, oh, hey. Because you see a military movie in other situations, and what they're doing wrong stands out like a reflection that's hitting you in the eye or something like that. But in this movie, it was quite the opposite. There were things that stood out in some kind of like stark reality, where it's like, oh, okay, yeah, I believe this. And it was the first Star Wars movie I believed. Sort of. Yeah, I mean, that's probably the best way to put it. It was something that I felt through, like I had emotional impact through it. The other ones I enjoyed, I liked them, but they kind of felt like cartoons to me. And that's just I don't know, maybe that's just me. But this is the first one that I felt sort of emotionally engaged in. And it could be the super huge bias of the military stuff. But on the other hand, I think that's how this movie was crafted too. It looks like it was designed to make you feel certain things. And it did a really excellent job of getting there. So we're going to talk about this movie, things that are interesting as far as leadership and psychology and mental health and cool stories and mythology and just whatever kind of pops up. This one's going to be a good source. So the other one we're going to talk about is another favorite, Starship Troopers. This one's based on the Heinlein novel from the 50s, and it's about what if the Nazis won. At no point in this movie does it mention Nazis or World War II or anything like that. But you do notice that it's a bunch of pale faces living in Brazil. So, yeah, there's been some displacement of populations. And it's hinted at, but they didn't want, in 1997, they didn't want to do a movie like, this is Nazis in space. Like, that wasn't going to sell. So they just did Starship Troopers. Luckily, that was the name of the book, too. But this one is this one's definitely a caricature piece of military life. It's written by I don't think Heinlein served, if my memory's right. I need to double check that before we get started. But his portrayals of the military are they feel like he didn't serve. They're very comical. He uses certain military gestures and expressions as sort of as like literary devices, rather than for what they're usually intended for. And that's why it kind of feels weird at times, because there's things that are a little bit out of place. But that's because he's using it to tell a part of the story rather than use it for what it's there for. But it still does an interesting... I mean, I quote it all the time. I use all my staff all the time. You know, anybody who's worried that their job's too big for their britches, like, you're it till I find somebody better. Or hopefully you find somebody better. That's the ideal thing. I like people to mentor their replacement. But yeah, and that's a line in Starship Troopers that's been repeated across the globe kind of forever. You're it till you die or find somebody better. Cool. So there's a lot of interesting kind of caricature pieces in there. And then the last one we want to talk about is Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Because this movie at its core is about whether or not it's worth forgetting. Whether or not it's worth... In this way, they go through and actually sort of chemically remove memories. I don't know. It's sci-fi. But it puts this idea out as he's gradually losing his memories. Is it better to, like, hide and suppress all of it, pretend none of it happened, or just deal with the stuff that hurts because the stuff that's great is still great? And that's a weird position to be in. And it's a position a lot of people are in without sort of realizing it. A lot of their... whatever's messing with them that they're keeping to themselves, whatever they're trying to forget, you know, even if it's they're trying to forget chunks of today. I think this movie does a good job of sort of portraying in the end my own philosophy that it's better to have suffered and just attempt to add new memories to it. Like, you don't have a choice, really. It's coming. You can't go back. And you can't forget. Those memories are there. You can pretend they're not there, and you can not react to them or whatever you do to keep them back. But, I mean, you don't have to engage them, but you have to recognize them and know that they're there and just learn how to hurt with it until it doesn't hurt. But then you get to a point where you can have those memories and still begin to develop the capacity to add new ones. Which is a lot of what I'm trying to get across today, in a sense. You know, there is a lot of terrible stuff in the world, and we fix it by just adding more good stuff. That's it. That's the answer to all our problems. It's got to be real good stuff, not empty, showy, vapid nonsense. It's got to be something that's actually going to be good, and not for us, and not even for our generation. We've had our chance. We need to get the next ones ready. We need to get them ready for what comes next. And we don't know what that is. We have no idea. So we need them to just be ready and adaptable and able to be as strong as they came out of the package. Every human being is immensely powerful. And if we can show them that, we'll get some powerful stuff done. So, while I'm waiting on John, let's go back to this nonsense. what was this idea about? Let's see if we can get some more people. I'd like to see if we can get our numbers up. And get people kind of jazzed. Is that a thing people do these days? Let's see. Oh, dear viewer. What should I go to? This part's boring, but it's kind of on purpose. Only slightly. There we are. Help! 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 No one's coming to rescue you, boy. Okay, so I kind of want to wait to talk about the movies until John gets here. I appreciate you hanging. Let's, while John's going, because I'm thinking, here's my thought too, while you're hanging out and I'm just burning material. Not good material, I'm just, you know what I'm talking about. Why would I, pause. Back to it. Alright, brain is not good. I've been doing this all day. That was unnecessary. So my current thought process is obviously scattered, and is what is it we like to do? So I definitely Duffler. Today's frustrating. But not really. There's no actual stress. I haven't lost anything. Just haven't gained anything I had hoped to. Which is... It is what it is. But we also have time. Let's see if we can get more people. Sorry, I will be right with you because okay. And I'm back on my own again. Good times. Okay. So, here is the dilemma. not be joined by John. He's got some things that are conflicting. He thought he had time, but apparently doesn't. So, bummer. And fuck. So here's the question. Do I want to talk about the movies without them? Or do I go into more super dry military leadership? Oh. And I'm almost done with that, too. Well, I mean, I could finish that out and call it a day, I guess. We haven't met our mark. And, like I said, today was to find out if we could do it. Maybe I'll just sit here. Hang on. I'm gonna try something ridiculous. Because I might as well say I tried it. Hang on.
Come
Hey gang, it's me. I'm back. So, I need to try and get somebody. Who can I get? I will be right with you as I begin whatever this is. For some reason, there we are. Yeah. We can edit this bit. I'm just waiting for somebody to drop by. Can I send a message to everyone? Let's see what that does, folks. I don't know, guys. I've posted messages, told people what's going on. Nobody's that interested. That's disappointing. I don't know if people believe it'll work or it'll do anything. So how do I change that? Alright, so here is an idea. I'm nervous to share this, which is weird because I'm not usually nervous to share much of anything, obviously. I kind of just say whatever I feel like saying. But if you've seen some of our stuff before, you might have seen that I was a monk for a minute. Did the do-it-yourself kit, the at-home version. So not anything full-blown or worth writing home about, but just did the sort of experience thing, and I enjoyed it. It was a good process. I kind of enjoy that stuff. Oh, hey, I got another person. So, thank you for joining me, and here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to share this is embarrassing for some reason, and I don't know why, but I'm going to share the type of Buddhism I've been doing for a little while. And while I do that, I'd like you to track down as many people as you can and tell them to get their ass in here so we can talk about getting this mission accomplished. Do you think we could do that? I'd really appreciate it if you could. The more the better. Pass it on or what have you. What we're doing today is important to me, and I hope it's something that proves to be important to others. I can show you real quick what you're selling, and I hope it's what, I don't know. Okay, so here's the idea. First annual deployment, we need to get $80,000. Not necessarily today, but today would be awesome. Today's the day we started this. It's got 90 days till we close it out, but let's utilize some of what today is about to try and turn it into something else. And so let's take a bad day, and rather than try to ignore the painful memories, let's just add some interesting new good ones on top of it. Let's find another reason, because my plan is next September 11th, I'm going to be doing the same thing. Hopefully better, hopefully with more people watching, hopefully we can raise more money and get more students going. But the idea right now is that if you get us $80,000, we will get 8 graduates of Detroit Public High Schools overseas for 2 months. And they will go to 8 countries in 5 continents. And they will see more of the world than most of us will ever get a chance to see. And I think it's because we owe that to these people. And yeah, they're already a little bit entitled. But they're about to enlist in the war we couldn't finish. Go into the recession we couldn't pull out of. Yeah, we can throw them this. It's a little bit. The goal maybe in the future is if I can get $47 million, I can send 8 students from every school district in the state of Michigan. That could be kind of cool. If we give people an experience to see the world, they'll see what it is and they won't be afraid of it. And then they'll start making good decisions. And they'll turn out to be damn fine good people. So I think this is something we should try. And that's why I'm trying it. So I hope you help us out today. So if you could be our grassroots, be our street team, be whatever it's called these days, let's get some bodies over to this site and let's see if we can't get this $80,000 tonight, tomorrow, soon. I don't know. Beggars can't be choosers. But let's knock this stuff out, okay? If you'd like to help us, we right now, Deployed for Detroit is a state of Michigan nonprofit. We don't have our federal nonprofit yet. We've got to file for that, and it's going to cost us $1,100. So if you want to help us get the $1,100 to allow you to write off everything you donate today on your taxes, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, that'd be awesome of you. And additionally awesome for your taxes, so you can go buck wild on the donation, right? Right? So if you do that, you can get, we got some nice shirts going on. I'll show you the website here. Underground Apparel in Ann Arbor has a site called Pogo, where they do painless online group ordering. So we're going to do a bunch of orders. You put in what you want. We got these t-shirts and these hoodies. Price kind of caught me too. I was like, 48's a bit much. But they're super comfy. I've been down there to try these things out and see how they look. Everything is awesome. Great customer service, the whole 9 yards. So you're not going to be bummed out with the purchase. And then, of course, they get paid for making it, and then we get a little bit off the top. I don't know how much that is, but we'll see. So I don't know if we'll get the whole $1,100 off this t-shirt, but we'll see what happens. And then the other thing we have is if you feel like being so brave as becoming a Patreon member, we've decided to go that route. And so we have formed the Grand Irenic Army of the Octopus, which we've discussed in previous episodes, and that's a secret. You know what I mean? Wink, wink. So if you'd like to join the Grand Army, please join our Patreon. We have a number of levels set up. And I can give you a preview of this page too. It's not bad. We have our crazy logo and our crazy flag and crazy videos. On here we have our hidden videos, the ones we had to take down from YouTube because certain branches of the military got pissy. And if you want to, where is the... I'm trying to find the tiers page, yo. Become a patron. So if you click to become a patron, it'll show the tiers. We got neat little ranks. So if you join the Grand Army, you can become an honorary recruit, an honorary private, honorary corporal, an honorary sergeant. Honorary sergeants get Discord moderator rights. We need people to help us out, and if you're paying $20, then you're cool enough. We trust you. Hopefully, you're not gonna spend $20 to fuck with us, are you? And then we have the warrant officer selection, which is for people who want to spend a bit of money and get a bit out of it. And this is mostly for people looking to advertise or just spend a fair amount of money to make sure that we stay afloat. So we have limited slots for that because we're not expecting a bunch, but we also kind of want to keep a certain budget expectation with this. system so far. Right now, we'll see how it goes. But we're also going to be adding a few slots here in this section coming up soon, probably within the next few months. So you're safe to have one of these as, per month, whatever you want for right now. But we're going to have kind of an in the middle for people who want to make podcasts and or present their own material or whatever. We're going to have a subscription where we're going to actually send you some equipment as part of your membership. And we'll give you some access to software and stuff like that. So you can do this on your own. You can steal our idea and make it your own. Because that's how art works, baby. So join up on the Patreon if you feel so inclined. That would be terrific. That would help us out so much on this end, on the visual end here on the old podcast arena. I'm getting old if I talk like that. Jeez, oh Pete's. And that. Danger, man. Yeah, okay. So we went from 2 to 1 again. Let's see, though, if our 2 turns into 3. I don't know that it will. I can hope that it will. But I don't know that it will. I'll wait on bated breath. Otherwise, I'll just be talking to someone's kitchen. So here's my first warning. If you want to do your own sort of podcasty thing. Get over being embarrassed by shit. I'm still working on it a little bit. I catch myself and I'm like, oh, I meant, don't hurt me. But no one's hurting me. I haven't gotten that much attention. I haven't gotten any attention. But I also haven't been marketing. And the product quality is not that awesome, to be honest with you. Like, we've got good content in there. But it needs to be mined yet. So we're in the process of talking to a miner. Well, he's an adult, but... Shouldn't laugh at my own jokes. That's preposterous. See? Being critical. Dick move makes the show suck. Or is this awesome? I don't know. That's the other piece of advice. You're never really going to find out anything that, like... Because you're going to hear just as much good as you're going to hear bad. You're dog shit. And then you're also here, you're amazing and you changed my life. And then you're going to have to balance that. And that's preposterous to balance. I almost died, but then you guys prevented me from killing myself. Oh, fuck. I think you guys are fucking fraudulent pieces of shit. Oh, dear. And then I have to go to bed and go, well, but no. But that's just because I'm crazy. That's a bonus effect, you know? Is my jaw that big, or is this the shadows? It seems weird. I don't know, I did break a dental mold once because my jaw was too wide. They're like, Jesus, are you a caveman? Kinda. I come from barbarians. I guess the second piece of advice is don't have high expectations right away. You can set big goals. That's like what I'm doing today. I set a pretty big goal. But I knew full well that there was a huge possibility. In fact, the likelihood was more in the favor that this was not going to work. Which is part of my sick and twisted kind of system in the leadership side of things, is failing very intentionally. Setting up a situation to see what happens when a thing goes bad. It can get you some pretty interesting information and some pretty useful information. In this process, thus far, getting to this point, I've learned a lot about the business side of things. I went and set up the business, and it wasn't too hard. There's a lot of services out there that can kind of do it for you. So if you can get that first bit out of scratch, I got the first $500 together, and then it did the trick. And then I ended up. Well, yeah. So I got the $1,000, and then I went through and I did Patreon. Checked that out. I went and got the GoFundMe set up. Checked that out. Very interesting. So now I know how. At a minimum, I know how these systems work. So when I'm in a position where I can actually market the fact that I'm doing this, so I can get more than one or two people watching, that's completely on me. And it was intentional. Because the other part of it I was trying to figure out was how much, at this point in time, how much attention can I get from 0 to 100? Like out of nothing, off the gates. If I have no ahead of time marketing, what if I wanted to have something happen right now? Reason being is this is a good thing to have happen right now. But then what if we wanted to... What if it was an emergency and we had to raise money for somebody's kid or something like that? What's the level of success? Well, now I know that the likelihood is I'll probably not get that many people engaged at this point in time. So it shows audience strength. It shows a ton of information. And it shows what I can start to focus on in the future and a lot of other stuff. So plan on failing and maybe design places to fail. Design attempts to fail. This is... I mean, it still could be a success. It's only 8 p.m. my time. We've still got all kinds of daylight. We've still got 90 days on the ticker for the GoFundMe. And I'll just keep at that, I guess, every day until it's full. Because might as well, you know. And then, what am I thinking? My brain stopped working. 4th time today. Not bad. I wanted to get on at 9:03 because drama. So I got on at 10 instead because it's mildly a little bit more respectful. So I got on at 10, plus I slept in. Let's be serious. That's more so why. I woke up and I was like, nope, we're doing something else. That's another thing to learn about myself too. I thought, I've been getting better with managing my sleep cycle. I was like, maybe I can do this. Nope. 9:03 is a bit early for me. Apparently 10 o'clock's a little bit more reasonable, but 9 was too much for me. So, well, technically 7 was too early for me. I set my alarms for 7. And then blew through that. So, alright, we're getting there. I'm learning. It's not bad being in a situation like this where you wanted all this cool shit to happen. You set everything up, got everything out, got everything ready, called people, made your contacts. Everyone's like, yeah, we're down. Crickets. Handful. 7, 8, 9, 10. I haven't looked at the numbers in a minute, but it is what it is. The situation could be worse, but it ain't. And it just is what it is. Not out. I'm just not up. And that's not a problem. We still got a few hours. I'm not going to be able to do my movie thing because I could blow through and talk about Star Wars, and I could talk about all those movies for sure. But I really want to have some people with me when I talk about those because movies are great, individual experiences are great, but I definitely find when we look at movies and books and art and stuff, things that are super subjective, that getting more than one take on it is definitely helpful. Because everybody's pulling different things from it. What you bring to the movie is going to determine what you bring out. And so because we all bring something different, we all get something different. So it's just a better way of delivering that kind of content. So for the rest of the day, I've got nothing I could finish the leadership lesson stuff, which I'm gonna breeze through. Don't mind me. I'm gonna kind of count here. Okay, so there's 11 slides left. What am I thinking, folks? I'm thinking. Put that back up. Let's see. Let me check my messages to see. Sorry, bro. Can't do it. Let's see. Alright, I'm gonna try Snapchat. I don't really use it that much. So how does it work? How does one chat on this? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Oh, that's not. Looking at. Okay, so go to deployedfordetroit.com right now. Thank you. Go to deployedfordetroit.com right now. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's see if that works. Na 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 I don't know what it's going to take. The lack of engagement is a little bit alarming. But not really. It's more... I'm not sure. I don't know. Like I said, this is my first attempt at this kind of stuff. So it's an experiment. I'm trying to figure it out. Don't. Like I said in one of the earlier hours, I've quit heroin before. I was reading an article about people's lungs popping while I did this. Just don't touch it. It's not worth it. So I definitely need like a social media team because I'm not good at it. I thought it was okay. I used to be kind of fun. I thought that was fun. Boop-a-doop. That's my phone making a noise. That's my computer making a noise. So what should we do, gang? Kind of at an impasse. I could... Oh, what could I do? I've just told some more people to check out what's going on, so I probably need to stay on for a minute. I could just sit here all night. I could really bait the kids and just play Minecraft. Might be an idea. It doesn't really fit with anything, but... Whatever. Maybe we should do that. You guys want to play Minecraft for a bit? No? Yes? No? I'll wait till we get some bodies. Until we get some bodies. Oh yeah, I was going to show you the Buddhism thing. So, I was a monk for a bit. And that was specifically so I could hunker down and figure out what Buddhism was about. And the texts I had were all for that, so I was like, cool. So basically, I was just kind of following a cookbook at home. So it's kind of like calling yourself a chef when you're really just kind of like a really good home cook. That's about the level of precision I got. I read through most of the sutras, many of the sutras. I don't necessarily know if it's most, but many. And I started writing a book. Trying to write a book. It is difficult, but I started writing a book about how somebody could best empower themselves, what position they could take in the universe, what position, if they were going to ask a question about what is my purpose in life, what is all this, could I provide them with an answer? And I think I can. Definitely not sure. Definitely not certain. And it's not anything that's safe to be certain of, if that makes sense. It's definitely worth having some conjecture, I think. It's a fun area to dip your toes in. But preaching certainty would be dangerous. That's the kind of shit that gets people killed. So at this point, I can only say that these are ideas that I have. So how does this tie back into the Buddhism thing? So as I'm studying Buddhism and I'm trying to figure out what's going on, I go from school to school. And I move out of the Theravada school into the Mahayana schools. And in the Mahayana schools, they are kind of divided into most Buddhists chant. That's kind of a common thing. Most Buddhists chant as part of what they do. There are a few Buddhist sects that popped up out of Japan, and I still need to figure out if the ones elsewhere are homegrown or if they came from a Japanese beginning. But there are some Japanese schools of Buddhism where all you do is chant and then study the sutras. And you just kind of talk about the sutras, and then rather than just meditate like in the Zen school, the whole focus of that is you do everything internally and you figure it out when you're wandering around inside whatever that is. This is an interesting kind of a realization of, I think the intention of the practice, as it's sort of stated, is to place you at the role of Buddha, essentially. So you take on that role. And this isn't uncommon of Eastern tradition, and it's certainly not even uncommon of Western tradition. The idea of becoming, or at least somehow embodying, having a chunk of something holy inside of you. Everybody kind of does that. And so, like, the Eucharist on the Christian side, and in some traditions wearing a mask and then becoming that God. Everybody has a way to recognize that divinity is within human beings and can be expressed, therefore, by human beings. And that's kind of the whole point of Buddhism, is in these chanting practices, you just end up chanting. You're repeating it until it kind of means nothing, and then it means something again, and then it means nothing again, and then something again. And just like if you were repeating the word broomstick, especially if you don't know the language. If you don't speak Japanese, then it may not be as impactful as if you were speaking some words in your native tongue. But that's perfectly fine. Just keep chanting. You'll figure it out. And you're like, this is kind of horseshit. And that's the moment of realization. Like, I don't want to steal it from you, but for me, that was an interesting moment of realization. That, like, nothing's going to happen until I do it. And then it kind of hit like, it's like that for everything, isn't it? Shit. And that was my another moment of enlightenment that I had. I've had a few kind of moments of enlightenment's a crazy word, yeah, but if you put it in context to what is being described and what is trying to be attained versus what's kind of being projected out in the public, the idea of enlightenment isn't that you're not going to glow or become a ghost person or anything weird. You're just going to have this weird moment where you're just going to kind of go, what? Oh. Okay. 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 At least that was mine. It kind of felt like that. This shaking and reshifting of things when I kind of realized in my own moment that, like, oh, and even with the disability that I have, which it looks weird, it doesn't present itself as anything you can kind of see. It just presents itself in, like, weird behaviors. And getting tired for no reason, and a lot of weird aches and pains, but it's not anything that immediately you're going to be like, oh, that's what's wrong with you. There's going to be a lot of like, what the fuck is this about? And I have to, again, it's a matter of, it's not anything I can get rid of, but I can sure shit go around it. And that's what I'm learning to do now. I'm trying to develop a way around it. And then part of developing a way around it was coming up with this. And I got out of the other schools of Buddhism, and I got out of the monk thing because, fuck that. Plus, there's no monastery, so I was just in an apartment, so it's not like it really counted. But I went to an organization called the SGI, who at first I was antsy about. I'm going to be honest with you, because honest is what I do. At first I was antsy, because to me it felt a little churchy compared to other Buddhist places. It felt, I don't know. I think people would get what I'm saying when there was a lot of like, there wasn't any like, oh, up in the air and anything like that. But it was just weird to see raw hope and joy, and it made me uncomfortable. It was really uncomfortable to see happy people, because it didn't make any sense, because they were just mumbling to a wall, and they were psyched. And it didn't make sense until it made sense. Just like everything else. Everything I've talked about all day. Hopefully some of it clicks with you. But if it doesn't, it means you're going to have to find the place where that thing is going to happen to you, where it's going to make sense. So I think I'm going to close out the evening and close out the experiment. And I think I'll try and come back tomorrow with some ideas. And, I mean, we'll go from there. But in the meantime, if you don't mind, this is what my Buddhism sounds like right now. And I've been through a bunch of other sutras, but that book I was going to write ended up being a little too similar to the Lotus Sutra. And so I started looking up the Lotus Sutra. And that's how I ended up with the SGI. Because that's their book. That's what they're into. That's what they follow specifically. So I'm like, alright, cool. And also I got with them because I needed a place to send people, if that makes sense. Sometimes religion is not the answer, but faith is definitely helpful. And Buddhism is not a religion per se. There's no spooky, supernatural anything, unfortunately. It's a very, very down-to-earth thing. But it does require faith. And that gets you through some things. And so I thought I needed to find a place where I could send people to find faith who might be shunned by other faiths. And these guys are great. They'll take everybody. So, I guess here I go. And then we'll call it a night. Call it a failure. And we'll do a debrief tomorrow. See what happens. I hope something good happens. That's what I'll chant for. I don't believe in magic. I don't think it will create anything new. But while I'm chanting, I'm just going to consider the fact that I'd like for this to work. And we'll see what happens. And if it doesn't, I've got more work to do. No problem. Nam-myoho Renge Kyo, Nam-myoho Renge Kyo, Nam-myoho Renge Kyo. Myoho Renge Kyo, and Bandai Ni Jisai Sanju Sanmai Anjo Niki Ko Sharyat Shobo Chiye Jinjin Muryo Ko Chiye Manange Nan Yu Isai Shouman Yakushi Butsu Shofu no Chi Shou Ishaka Butsu Shingan Yakusen Man Nakamushu Sho Butsu Jingyo Sho Muryo Doho Yimyo Sho Jinmyo Sho Fuman Joju Jinjin Mizo Ho Zuigi Sho Suzui Shu Nange Sharyat Goju Jo Butsu Goju Jo Butsu Irai Shuju Inan Shuju Hiyu Ko and Gong Kyo Mushu Ho Ben Indo Shujo Ryo Ri Sho Jakusho Ishaga Nyorai Ho Ben Chiken Haramatsukai Go Sakasharya Tinorai Chiken Kodai Chinan Muryo Muge Riki Musho Isan Jogera Sanmai Jinyu Sai Joju Isai Mizo Ho Sharya Tinorai No Shuju Hun Bitsukyo Se Sho Ganjin Unyane Kashushin Sharyat Shuyo Ganshi Muryo Muhen Mizo Hobu Shizujoju Shi Sharyat Bushu Fushu Busatsu Shoi Shaka Busho Joju Tai Chikeyu Nange Shi Hoyu Butsuyo Butsunai no Kushin Choho Jiso Shoi Shoho Nyose So Nyose Sho Nyose Tai Nyose Rikin Nyose Sa Nyose In Nyose In Nyose Ka Nyose Ho Nyose Hanma Kukyo To Shoi Sho Nyose So Nyose Sho Nyose Ta Nyose Rikin Nyose Sa Nyose In Nyose In Nyose Ka Nyose Ho Nyose Hanma Kukyo To Shoi Sho Nyose So Nyose Sho Nyose Ta Nyose Rikin Nyose Sa Nyose In Nyose In Nyose Ka Nyose Ho Nyose Hanma Kukyo To Myorenge Kyo Nyora Churyo Andai Churakuchi Ga Takapura Shokyo Shoko Shumuryo Yakusanma Nakusaya Soki Josepo Kyoke Mushu Akashu Joryon Yu Abutsudo Nirai Muryo Ko Ido Shujo Ko Hoben Genne Hani Jizufu Matsudo Joju Shisebo Ga Joju Oshi Isho Jinzu Riki Ryotendo Shujo Suigan Nifu Ken Shuken Gamatsudo Koku Yoshori Gen Kairin Boni Shokatsuko Shin Shujo Kishin Bukashijiki Nunyani Shinyo Ken Butsufuji Shokashin Myoji Gako Shuso Kushotsuroju Sengaji Go Shuso Jaisi Josai Shifu Matsu Iho Benreko Kenu Matsufu Matsuyo Kaku Shujo Kukyo Shingo Shagabu Ohichu Isatsumu Ho Nyoto Fumanshi Tani Gamatsudoga Kensho Shujo Matsuzayo Kukai Go fu gen shin ryo go sho katsa go in go shin rin bo na shitsu i se bo jin tsu ri gen yo se yo so ki go cho sai ryo shu seng gyo yo shu sho kan ko jin dai ga sho chi ga shi tao an nan ten jo chu ma nan rin sho do ka shu jo ho sho gan ho ju ta ke ka shu sho yu ra ka sho tang ga ki tang ku sho sa shu ki ga go Umandara kai san butsuku dai shuga jodo fuki ni shuken shojin no fu shoku no nyose shizu man zei sho sai shu sho i yakugo in ka so ki ko fu man san bo myo sho shuku daku nu wa shijikisha so kai gen ga shin zai shi ni sebo wakaji i shi shu Setsubuto chu muryo kunai kanbu shai Setsubuto nanchi ka chi regenyo se Eko sho muryo shumyo mu shaka kushu go sho takanyo to Shisha moto shisho gi to dan ryo yo jin butsu go chi puko nyo izen hobe ni ji yo shi go jitsu zai ni gansi Muno seko mo ga yago i sebo kushoku genshai banbu tendo jitsu zai ni gan mento i joken ga ko ni shokyo shi shin ho itsu jaku ko yaku dao akudo shu ga jo shi shu gyokyo do fu kyo do suyo shoka do i se shu jo ho mai chi sa sen in i ga ryo shu jo Tako nyo mu jo do soku jo ju bu shin. Nam yo renge kyo 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 Namyo 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 renge kyo You get it. Namyo renge kyo 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 Namyo Renge Kyo, Namyo Renge Kyo, Namyo Renge Kyo. Hopefully this works. Namyo Renge Kyo, Namyo Renge Kyo, Namyo Renge Kyo. Good night, everybody. I appreciate the help that we got. And I hope we get more. If you see this in the hours after the day's over, consider it. Give it a shot. Throw us a couple bucks. See what we can do. We were dangerous once, and we can be dangerous again. That's our hope. I tried not to talk about today. You know what I mean? There's already a lot of that out there. There's already people doing that right now. Waiting to go on. Starting. Already on. You're watching them instead of this, which is fine. But I wonder if we can make this work. No, it doesn't have to be this here, what we're trying to do today. It doesn't have to be. But there's got to be a way we can make the world work for us again. A way we can get back to normal. I don't know. Well, it's not a complete failure. What's the word for a mostly failure? Nah, we can pull this off. We got time. And additionally, the thing we didn't mention too is that we're a non-profit, so we can get grants. So we're doing this anyway, with or without ya. Boy! However, please, 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 help us out. Steal this idea. Do this in your hometown. Let's find a way to make life livable again. And then they'll stop shooting each other. Just saying. If life didn't suck, they wouldn't mind it so much. If the only thing we promised them after they graduated was crippling debt, yeah, I get where they're coming from. Then yeah, this is an 8-slot ride. Terrific. Horseshit for this year. Only 8 people? What's that about? Bullshit. Someone's going to be mad they didn't get picked. For sure! However, this is where it starts. Why not? Let's start world peace here. We start spending 2 months around, checking everybody out, see what they're up to. How you guys doing? Can I help out? Build relationships, make friends. Now with the internet, I just spent a week in Kenya, and I got a best buddy down there who's badass at getting internet stuff done. Because I'll tell you what, those dudes are killer with electronics right now. That's going to be the next emerging electronics market. China's bolstering it currently. Get on in there and help these fellas out so they're not stuck with the Chinese boots up their ass. They're smaller, but still not comfortable. No. I've just been ranting. I'm out of material for sure. Well, I still have more material. I can still run through the class. But there's something in me that just doesn't want to. You know what I mean? I think it's just the tired factor. And then there's this weird thing I get in my head from my brain sickness. That's not the appropriate term, but it's a fun term. Whatever the hell is wrong with my head causes me to, like, stop doing stuff in the middle of it. If that doesn't make any sense. I'll be performing a task and then just stop moving. And then immediately I'll get this, like, feeling in my head. And then I will get, like, a intense just loss of interest in whatever I'm doing. And then it's like, go away, stop, put this down. To the point of, like, I need to step away from what I'm doing. And then it feels better. I don't know. That doesn't sound right. But that's kind of part of what I'm going through. Boo-hoo. Goofy boy can't talk right. Wah, wah, wah. That's what my mother would say if she were here. She loves me, but she's weird about it. Oh, guys. I'm just burning out the clock at this point. Should I just hang and just say random shit until midnight? Or until, like, and then somebody logs on and I'll be like, ah! I mean, that's kind of what I'm doing already. I have no idea. If this is going on in the background at your house, this has got to be preposterous. If you have if it's not muted, this has got to be some bananas. Like, what the fuck is he doing? What's that? Giggity. Alright, gang. Well, as they say in the comedy world, I believe I've just eaten my own dick. Alright, better luck next time. I appreciate everybody who's started donating. If our thing does not go through, your money will be refunded to you. That is a guarantee, guaranteed by GoFundMe themselves. And then if somehow in the next 90 days we can get this money together, if you guys can help spread the word and pass this around and get people interested and get people invited or whatever, if this somehow works, holy moly, in 90 days I can go talk to Detroit Public Schools about them selecting some candidates for the trip, and then train them up, get their itinerary, all that. It's gonna be rad if we can do it. So that's the plan. That's the hope, folks. This has been an embarrassment. It has. But that's a good thing, kids. If you learn anything from this crazy motherfucker, let it hurt. It only hurts for a little bit. Alright. I will see you guys later. This 24-hour idea has turned into a 10-hour idea, which I don't know. Spread the word. Send people to deployedfromdetroit.com. If you get a chance, please follow up on your social media, your Twitters, the ones I haven't heard of yet. I'm sure there's like 100. Send the Chinese. Fucking A. Who cares? They got money. Oh, man. It's a weird day. It's a rough day. And I was just trying to avoid the typical kind of programming that shows up on this day. A lot of like, Bush did it. All right. He wasn't that good of a pilot. It's hard to have jokes today. It's hard to be funny. It's hard to... And there's reasons for that. There's reasons for the hallowed activity that goes on. There's reasons that I'm sure some people were probably turned off a little bit by whatever I was up to, because it didn't seem to fit into the those lanes already dug into the snow, you know? And I'm the kind of dickhead who goes outside the lanes all the time, especially in tiny cars, because it's confusing to people. And that's kind of what I've done today. I've taken my tiny car between the lanes, and I at least managed not to die, which is the most you can ever hope for. So, I love you guys. Take care. Hopefully, maybe tomorrow I'll be back at it, or soon, or I don't know. If you want to help us out, please send us an email at dfd.slm@deployedfromdetroit.com. And let us know if you can help, what we can do to improve ourselves. You can leave comments here, whatever you want to do. Feedback helps. We're not going to know we suck until you tell us we suck. This is a bit obvious today, but I mean, this is just a zero engagement thing, so that's that issue. I don't know if the material blew, because nobody was here to see it. Wink. Alright, gang, I love you. For sure, for real. That's a true statement. So watch out, that means I expect big things from you. Alright?